Hello, I'm Scott Gary, UCSTME. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this Intersight Managed Mode Expert Series video covering the server power policy. Before we get to the demo, let's go over the basics of the power policy. You'll be shocked to learn that the power policy controls the power settings for the server. The power policy can actually apply to either a chassis or a server. In this video, I'll focus on the server, and we'll do another video covering the settings when applied to a chassis. The most important thing for me to note is the power policy is optional. The default settings are fine for most environments, and most server profiles don't need a power policy. The policy settings primarily come into play in power-constrained environments. I'll talk about that a little bit as well. Power profiling allows the system to more accurately measure the maximum power a server can consume by running a power stress workload during discovery. This allows the system to better allocate and track power use. If power profiling is disabled, the system will estimate power requirements based on individual component power limits. The power priority determines how power is allocated in those constrained environments. In order of priority from high to low, each server is allocated its minimum power requirement until all servers can be booted. If additional power is available, it is equally divided across all the servers at each priority up to the server's maximum power demand, either from the profile data or the catalog estimates, again continuing until all available power has been allocated. If actual demand exceeds the maximum chassis power or any configured power limit, servers are throttled in reverse order of priority until power consumption falls below the limit. The power limit is one of the settings found in the power policy when applied to a chassis. During recovery from a complete power outage, Intersight will restore servers to their power state prior to the outage. If Intersight cannot be reached during power up, the system will use the power restore setting from the power policy. Note the default will leave the servers off until Intersight contact is restored. All right, now that we've finished description of all of the settings, let's go ahead and jump into the demo and look at actually creating the policy. We'll start here on the policies main page, create our power policy, give it a meaningful or meaningless name as you desire, and take a look at the settings. You'll note I've got a fair number of settings here, but again, that is when applied to any platform that's supported. If I just focus on a chassis version, you can see a few settings there, and then the server application has the fewest number of policies. Again, the defaults are generally going to be fine, but say for my example, I'm going to apply this to a server with high priority because I don't want that server to throttle any more than necessary if my power supplies are constrained in some way, say by failed power supplies. That's pretty much it. I create that policy, I can add it to a profile and deploy it. So that pretty much wraps up this demo on server power policies. I appreciate you for making it this far in the IMM expert video and encourage you to watch further videos in the series.